Hey everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live. I am excited to be with you today, popping on just a few minutes, just a little bit after 11, so Facebook can let you know I'm on live, and that gives me a chance to check my settings. Let me find myself here on my laptop. I hope you've had a great start to your day. In some regions you're just starting, in other regions you're well into your day. I hope you're having a good one. So I am home in the summer, so I thought, why not throw in another Facebook Live? I love crafting, and I thought it would be a great way to share my crafting with you during the day. So hello, welcome to my aka happy place, my stamp room. This is where you will find me majority of the days. This is where I love spending time. It's where I come to de-stress from the world. And truly, it is my happy place. This week, if you follow, I did find me here. If you have been following me, you know that I pick a product of the week and then I bring that product to you by showcasing either I do a scrapbook page and then I do some cards. So last night, we created a scrapbook page, and that is already loaded up on my YouTube channel and on my blog. So my blog is the hub of my business, is where I land everything back. And my YouTube channel, well, if you don't subscribe, you should subscribe, because then you'll get to know when I do my videos. So right now, my goal is 3 times a week. So I go live Monday nights and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm excited to be with you here during the day. This week's product that I picked is a new product that was just released from our online exclusives that happened in July. I want you to think of online exclusives as like you're going to your favorite store to shop and you're looking for maybe a pair of shoes and they don't have your size, but they're like, hey, order it online, we have it online. And you go home, you place that order, the box comes to your door, you wear your shoes, you're happy. That's what online exclusive is. Stampin' Up can't put everything in our catalog. Our catalog would be huge. So what they do is they host it on a section called online exclusives. Those products are released every 2 months, and they are there for as long as they sell. And sometimes they're there for a long time, and other times they're there for a short time. So I want to say, don't be that fear of missing out. FOMO, order early so you don't disappoint. All right, so when I saw this product that I'm sharing with you this week, I was like, yeah, I saw it back in March at online. When I was at Onstage in Raleigh, and I was like, yeah, I don't need that. Why would I need that? Who needs bears in your life? No way. Nope. I was like, I'm not getting it. Well, then my Stampin' Up friends started sharing beautiful projects with it. And I was like, oh my God, that paper is beautiful. And I was like, no, I don't need it. I don't need it. Yes, I need it. No, I don't need it. I did this back and forth. So you know what? I had a team meeting on Sunday and I was like, I'm going to show this sweet. So I'm going to buy it. If I do it for my team meeting and I do it for my Facebook Lives, I feel like I got my use out of it. Well, I'm so glad I did because I absolutely love it. So here is the stamp set. It's called Perfectly Pears. It has a die set that goes with it, but the paper truly is what sold me on this set. It's actually part of a suite. And it is absolutely stunning. And I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. But first, before we get started, today is Tuesday, July 22nd. And if you are watching live, you're going to see the red live button up in the corner. And if you're joining me, hello, please say hi and let me know where you're from. And if you're watching on the replay, maybe you found me over on my blog or YouTube, shout out to the replay warriors, because I know sometimes when we do videos, we can't always watch them. We watch them on the replay. I know I'm guilty of that. I like to do that sometimes too. So please like, comment, and share my videos, because that's the best way we can get more crafters joining us in the Stampin' Up community. So I'm so excited. All right, I'm going to flip my camera and we're going to get started, and I cannot wait to craft with you. But before I do that, I should share this to my private Facebook group. So if you're want to join my private Facebook group, please let me know. We would love for you to be over there. Sometimes I post things just for the group. Other times I post to both, just depends. All right, you are going to see my beautiful front outside. It is sunny. It is cool here today. It is not hot, which is super nice. And I'm just going to blow up my screen here a little bit so that you guys can see me and hope that everything looks great. So I'm just gonna wait till my camera flips. I think I'm straight. I wish I had a spot in my craft room, my stamp room, my happy place, so I could just leave my camera set up all day long, but I can't. It's actually on my desk, so I have to use my desk for that creating part. Okay, I think we look great. So if you are here, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know. I see on my screen, it looks like we're just a little tilted. And I'm not sure which way. Okay, just give that a minute. All right, so introducing to you the Perfectly Pear Bundle. Super, super excited. I think I almost had it there. Maybe it's this. It has to come down. Maybe that's it. All right, Perfectly Pear Bundle. So this is part of the Painterly Pear Suite. It is, like I said, an online exclusive. So you can buy this suite, which is like a one shop all for you. Maybe this is what's driving me crazy. One shop all for you, where you can just click that one shop button and you're good to go. Or you can buy the products individually. It doesn't matter which you want. So Perfectly Pears, it is a photo polymer stamp set, which is meant for two-step stamping. And it comes with these gorgeous dies right here. I'm just making sure. Okay, these gorgeous dies. So the dies are great because you can stamp your pears and cut them out. You can stamp these pears and cut them out. You can stamp your leaves and cut them out. You can stamp your flowers and cut them out. Now, these dies will also do these ones, but you're like, wait, Anne, where are the leaves? Guess what? I'm going to show you where you're going to use that die in a minute. Plus, it has these extra dies. So you have like 2 dies that will fit your labels. And you have these little flowers. You have a vine. You have some more flowers. And I love this. It's just like a hashtag right here. All right, so let's put these back so I don't lose them. And then I'm going to show you. So that is the stamp set. Now, as I said to you, what sold me on this was the gorgeous paper. It's called Painterly Pear Designer Series paper. All right, whoever designed this at Stampin' Up, concept artist, shout out to you because this is amazing. I love it. The colors are gorgeous, but this paper right here is stunning. I would love a full pack of just that paper because I would use it. I love that, so one always has the patterns that coordinate with the paper, like the set, but then the other sides are geometric. You can use them for whatever. So this is the Painterly Pear Designer Series paper. Here is the number, coordinating colors, basic beige, darling duck, mossy mellow, old olive, petal pink, and secret sea. Darling duck and secret sea are part of our new 2025-2027 in colors. Stunning, love them, highly, highly recommend them, especially the secret sea. It is like my new favorite. All right, so in that suite, also, actually before I do that, here is the paper. And I wanted to show you that you can use the dies to cut out the pears. You can use the dies to cut out the leaves. And you can also use the dies to cut out these double pears. So that is where, remember I showed you that you could cut out the leaf part and that would do. So that gives you a little bit more think outside the box, adds a little bit more value to your purchasing, because I love when we can stamp or die cut because it just makes the pears look that much realistic. All right. So also in this suite is the gorgeous low profile dots, and the colors in these, you actually get 210 of 2 different sizes. So darling duck, mossy mellow, and secret sea. Beautiful colors. You can use these dots for anything if you just like dot embellishments, and these are the ones you're going to want to order. Must have in your collection. Also is this beautiful mossy mellow and gold ribbon. So this is all part of that Painterly Pear suite, or you can buy these individually. What I love about this ribbon, it's a 1/4 inch. One side is the mossy mellow and gold, and then if you flip it, the other side is more gold. this ribbon here would be gorgeous for Christmas holiday projects. So if you're thinking, wow, that's really nice ribbon, I would order it sooner than later because we don't want it to run out. Here's a little flash news update. Stampin' Up! Just announced that tomorrow, Wednesday, July 23rd to Friday, July 25th, free shipping is being offered. Here in Canada, a $100 order before shipping and taxes, and before any of your rewards are taken off, you would earn free shipping. So that is a good time to stock up on your favorites. All right, so when I sat down to create my projects on the weekend, I was like, just curious. I was like, how many pear kinds are there in the world? So I Googled it. There are, little fun fact right now, there are 3,000 known pears in 3 different countries. I was like, 3,000? That is crazy. Here in Canada, we have 5 types of pears that are the most popular. The most popular one is the Barlette pear, and super, super yummy. So I want to know, are you a fan of pears? Like, do you eat them? I'm not one to like eat them like as a pear itself, but I love them when they're canned. Canned pears are so yummy. Love, love, love. All right. So when I sat down to create, I was like, I need to show like what you can do with this and how you can do this. So I created this little reference sheet to show you the different color combinations that you can use. Basically what I did was I stamped the large pear, so the solid lot, let me show you this pear right here, in Daffodil Delight. Then I shaded with a sponge dabber, either in Flirty Flamingo, Pumpkin Pie, or Peach Pie ink. And that's how you got that two-tone look of a pear. This one, I didn't have any new sponge dabber, so I used the Strawberry Slush marker. That's why it's a little bit more of a rim. I mean, it works too. This row here, I stamped that solid image again in Darling Duck. And I did the same color combination so you can see the difference. These look more yellow-orange. These look more like the green and orange together, which is really, really nice. Then I got thinking, what other kind of pears do you see when you're grocery shopping? I see a lot of green pears sometimes. So I tried Old Olive and I rocked it and did a rock and roll trip technique with Mossy Mellow, and that's the color I got. I did Real Red, did that rock and roll tip again with Cherry Cobbler. And then I did Darling Duck and Old Olive and Darling Duck and Granny Apple. So you can really see the difference that you get. I'm gonna quickly show you how to do that. So on this one, and then we're gonna dive into our project. We are making a card today. So I am the leader of the Stamp to Create team here in Canada, and we have a big team. So on Sunday was our team meeting, and I showed the ladies on my team how this stamp set and different ways of using it. So we are going to ink in Darling Duck, okay, and then I used a sponge dabber, like that, right? So Darling Duck, and then if you dab like that, you're going to get an image like that. We don't want that. We want to blend it so you have that smoother look. So then what I did was I just went around the edges, and you can do a little bit in the middle. Give a little bit of a huff to re-moisten that ink, and we're just gonna go stamp down here. That's how you get to that look. Every pear is going to be different. The other way is stamping it in your yellow, so your Darling Duck, and then taking it and rocking it. So this is called rock and roll, where you just take the edge of the stamp and rock it. Now, I'm gonna get a little bit more green, but that's okay. And we're gonna stamp down so you can see the difference. So this one was sponge, and that was a little bit of a rock and roll. Definitely way more. I think the sponging technique is really cool. But I think there's lots of ways you could use this pear set. The stamp set itself actually showcase friends, like friendship. So the wording is like, you can use it as a congratulation, a good friend is a gift, hello, thank you, and friend. I feel like there's a lot different occasions you could use that for. So today, the card we are making is a mystery challenge that I gave my team. So every team meeting, we do a sketch challenge and we do a mystery challenge. So our mystery challenge was, I gave them the pieces of what they needed. I'm gonna go through and show you that. So the first one was, we needed a base that was 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. That was Darling Duck. Then we needed a piece that was 4 by 5 1/4. That is my pear piece. Then we needed a piece that was 1 by 6. So that was that. I'm just gonna put this here for a minute. Okay. Then we needed a piece that was 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then we needed a piece that was 2 3/8 by 3 7/8, and then a piece that is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Now, if you didn't get a chance to write those measurements down, not to worry, because I'm going to upload this video to my blog and to my YouTube channel, and all the measurements will be linked back to my blog. So you could go onto my blog, look for this video, you will find the measurements and the video so you can walk and make your card together. Okay, so let's create my card. I'm gonna put my base over here for a minute. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this pattern paper and we're going to put it on a slant. I have an order coming and I cannot wait because it has tape runners on it. If you've been following me, you know I ran out of tape. All right, so we're gonna put that on a slant and we're just going to trim it up. Okay, so it just looks like that. We're going to take this piece here. Oh, no, wrong piece. This piece, sorry, that is the piece. I used that piece to cut out a circle. We're gonna take this piece and layer it down. Okay, so that piece is going to go here, just like that. Then we have our yellow piece and we have our pattern paper, and we're going to just put that on top. So just like this. All right, and then we're going to adhere this off to the side. Now, I'm looking at my card upside down. We're gonna pop that layer up. Look at these dimensions. I think I shared this with you, but these dimension packs this big come in our paper pumpkin kit. So last week I showed you a paper pumpkin kit, and I love the fact that they're so big. I think Stampin' Up! Needs to create ones that are that big. Sell them that big. All right, so we have that like that. We can go ahead and adhere this down. Okay, we're bringing that Darling Duck cardstock. Okay, and we're gonna put that down. So there is the start of our card. Now we need to do some little die cutting here. So let me grab my die cutting machine. And we're going to showcase the, so this is our Stampin' Cut. This is our, I call this the baby box because it does a lot of the baby jobs. All right, so we have our plate, and what I'm using is the Spotlight on Nature dies. These were dies part of they're called the Spotlight on Nature bundle. They were in our last catalog and they carried over. And I kept looking at them, never really got them. And as soon as I knew they were carrying over for another year, I purchased them. So we are going to use this one right here today. I love it. There's 12 circles, but they interlayer. So some of them are stitched, and then some of them have this stitch line, and then some have these little flowers. So really, really great set. I have a piece of Secret Sea cardstock, so we're gonna put that down. We're going to put down my plate and we're going to roll it through. All right. So just like that. And then that gives us this here. While I have, oh, I'm going to put that on my paper. Good thing I thought. All right, while I have our die cutting machine, we are going to die cut a little flower. Let me just, not a little flower, a little piece of our paper, is what I meant to say. All right, so I'm just going to trim it off here. All right, so let's bring that back. We are going to cut these pears out here, which I shared with you that they will cut out this here. So we're going to put that down. Now I use Post-it tape. You can use washi tape. You can use a Post-it note, whatever you want. I just like to hold my die in place so that it doesn't move. My plates are cut or cracked. They still work. I probably should eventually switch to new plates. I have new plates. I'm just kind of like, why? They work. Why switch them? So, all right. Make sure you take your die off. Now, I did chop off a little of my leaf. But you know what? Let's just, we're just going to chop that off there. And then that's there. We're just going to improvise. That leaf was a little chopped off. Okay, so let's put this away because I think that's, oh, and we needed a die. So just a minute. I have a little white and we're going to use the long die that came with the Perfectly Paired die set. And we're just going to create a little white label. Okay, so there's that, there's our label. Put that away, and I will move this over. Okay. So we have this, we have this. Now we need to finish off our cards. So I wanted to show you that I really have been using this Spotlight on Nature and pairing it with our circle punch. So this is the 2 3/8 circle punch, and I believe this is the right size. And it fits so nicely in our little label. So that is a great tip for you if you are looking for. All right, so the matching, like if you didn't want to use the layering Spotlight on Nature, you can use our circle punches to put them in. Okay, so let's just do this here. I need to clean my glass mat. To do that before tonight. All right, let's bring in our pop-up, our dimensionals, aka I call them pop-ups. And we're going to pop this over here. I'm just gonna put that there. Now, we're going to adhere this down to our card. But I want this side to be the dimensional part, so I'm literally just going to put glue on this side. So that reminded me where I didn't want my glue. And then I will put 2 sets of dimensionals there. And the reason I did that was I wanted my project to lay, oh, I think I have it over a little bit. This one has to come over a little bit more. You know what, I'm just gonna stick it here. Oh my gosh, it's sticky. There we go, just like that. Okay, so there is that. And now we are going to bring in the greeting. So we're going to use the greeting and we're going to say, hello, friend. And we're going to stamp that in Secret C, which is one of our new 2025, 2027 in colors. It is like my favorite go-to black. I use it for everything. If you're looking for it's not like it's a true black. It's definitely lighter than basic black, but darker than Night and 80. It's kind of in between there. It's a great black for stamping sentiments. So, hello, we're gonna do hello there, and then we're gonna do friend. So hello, friend. Maybe you could send this to a friend that is far away or, you know, long distance and you haven't seen in a while. You could just like message them and say, hey, I'm thinking of you. Now, I think I'm just going to adhere this with glue. Just get my glue here. Oh my gosh. My glue does not want to come out. Oh, I almost put that upside down. Did you see that? That's okay. Hello, friend. Just like that. All right, so let's just pull these off here. Put them in there. Awesome. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do that. Do that. Okay, so now we're gonna pull in those low profile dots. I'm gonna bring in one of my favorite tools in my craft room, which is the Take a Pick tool. If you do not have this tool, I would highly, highly recommend adding it to your craft room. I love the fact, so this is kind of like putty. It helps pick up your dots. Also, you can use is our paper piercer, and then this actually comes off, and it's like a little spatula. I just have washi tape around mine just to help hold it in place a little better. So let's pick up. We're going to use the Darling Duck ones, and we're going to put one there. And I'm going to do a small one up here, and I'm going to do a small one. I'm going to do, let's see up here, I'm trying to get this off. There we go, a big one there. All right, so there is our project featuring the mystery pieces I gave my team for a team challenge. If that sounds fun to you and you would love to learn more about being in the Stampin' Up community, I would love to chat with you. It truly is the best decision I ever made. I've been doing this for 18 years. Absolutely love it. And honestly, it's the best deal in town. If you have a huge shopping list, it truly is the best deal in town because you get to pick out $165 worth of product, but you only pay $135 here in Canada. And then you get to see sneak peeks. Like, oh my gosh, I saw sneak peeks for the new September online exclusives. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. Just put it that way. Trust me, you're going to want to get a discount on your product. All right, so just showing you, there is my sample card that I made. The difference, like the same sketch, just done two different ways. Just the way I layered them. That is that. So there is our sketch for today. I also have a couple other cards to share with you. So let me just put this back here. So when I was on the weekend at our team meetings, we always do 2 make and take. So I was inspired by my good friend Mary. So shout out to Mary. I really liked a card she had on her blog because I loved the layout. I loved like the Secret Sea, the Old Olive, like this pattern right here. Honestly, I could have a full pack of just this pattern. It's so beautiful. I did switch it up to make it like just so I wanted to show the ribbon. So just hello friend, brought in that ribbon, but super cute card. I love the colors. It's stunning. Like this paper is just gorgeous. So there's that. And then the other card I did was, and this one was fun to do with my team. I was showing them our 2-tone cardstock, and my one team member, Jenna, said, how do you do the crumpling? So I said, oh, bring it over, I'll show you. So I did it, and the faces on my team members was priceless. They were just like, oh, what did you just do? So I took a piece of 4x6 2-tone cardstock. This is Old Olive, and I crumpled it. Like I just squished it and crumpled it. And when I did, I got these lines. This is a neat thing about our 2-tone paper. You can tear it, crumple it, you can sand it, you can do a lot of things with it. And then I just brought it. I chose not to put a greeting on this because I thought this could be used for anything. You could just be just a note. You could put a little note if you want. So Secret Sea, Old Olive 2-tone cardstock, brought in that Daffodil Delight, Darling Duck, and then brought in those embellishments again. And then there's my card. So there is 3 ways of using this Perfectly Pears suite. If you are still on the fence, and you're like, oh, I don't know, Anne, like I'm on the fence, not to worry. I have one more card to share with you tomorrow. It's actually a card that I created from a sketch, but also you could Google this on Pinterest and you will get tons and tons of samples. It has been very, very popular amongst the demonstrators in the Stampin' Up! Community. I think it's just the beautiful paper, the striking colors. It truly, truly is a beautiful set, and I'm so glad I decided to get it. Like I said, I could just have a full pack of paper of just this, like a truly stunning paper. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this Tuesday morning. As I said at the beginning, I'm going to upload this video to YouTube. It will be on my blog tomorrow. That way you can rewatch it, create the cards. If you do create the card with these measurements, share with me. Maybe you don't have the pear set, but maybe you're going to use it as a Christmas card or birthday card or a thank you card. Share your designs with me. I would love to see what you create. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy, if you're here in Southwest Ontario, enjoy the cooler weather. It is so nice. And I will see you. Set your alarms. I will be back tomorrow night, Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will be making another card using the Perfectly Pears Bundle, and it will be made from a sketch card. And I'm excited to show you that. I really like that card too. The colors in it are just stunning. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Oh my gosh, I'm so used to doing my videos at night. And have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.